what? It's a motion party you cannot get in. Don Julio, I don't drink gin. Bad bitches love me straight like a slushy. You wanna or a rich one? Why am I singing that? Why am I singing that in the middle of the day? With my rich girl aesthetic on. Okay, got it on a little aloe. Okay, get into the pieces. Got a little aloe on. We haven't went live this way, but I want to talk about some. We gotta talk about the corrupt. We gotta talk about the corrupt. We have to talk about the corrupt, okay? Because what's going on with the men's? What is going on with the men's? Okay, what is going on with the men's? Child, we gotta talk. We have to talk. We have to talk. Ooh, where the money reside? Where the money reside? Where the money reside? Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Run the checkup. Run the checkup. Run the checkup. Run. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all see that muscular strength? I was lifting the weights today. I feel so strong. Thank you, Big Dot. Thank you, Bookie. Hello, 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 Magic T3. Hello, hello, hello. Let me share this out because we got to get into the things. We got to get into the things. I want to get into the things without having to set up. I just want to go live really, 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 really fast. We are live, Face Squad. Face. Ooh. We got to talk about some things. And if you didn't know, go heal your inner child. Go heal your inner child before this Mercury retrograde starts. I'm telling y'all right now, you do not want to be out of alignment. Okay? Get into alignment, heal yourself. I'm not telling you you got to go make amends, but you need to heal all old wounds because if you don't, your whole year is going to we're already at the 6 month mark. Okay, we're almost 6 months. Well, we're 6 months into the year. We're about to be into 2027 in another 6 months. We're gonna see who's been doing the work and who hasn't, and who's healed from their mommy wounds and who hasn't. Because there's a lot going on, and you do not want to be on the side of did not heal. It's not gonna end well for y'all. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. I just want y'all to understand. I want y'all to know what is going on. Hey, baby. Hey, love. What's going on? Come on in. 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 Y'all know who I'm sick and tired of hearing about? Tay's mom. Arrogant Tay's mama. I can't stand when hood rats feel like they're entitled to their kids' fortune. Like, why do you care? And this is why I say y'all gotta heal y'all wounds, right? Look at me. Why do you care that your son does whatever he want to do with his money? That's not your place. I keep telling y'all, when people don't help you make that money, when people don't help you network into that money, they swear they can tell you what to do with your money. He is grown. She was comfortable with him being with the girls when he was paying all her bills. But now he don't want to pay her bills no more. She's mad. I don't believe for a second that Tay is broke. I don't believe for a second that Tay is broke. And the reason why I don't believe for a second Tay is broke is because he's doing people's hair that are paying him. Not paying him with fake money, paying him. Cash in hand. This is why I tell y'all gotta stop telling people how much y'all make. Y'all just gotta move silently. Because sometimes your biggest ops will be the people in your family circle. It is what it is. It is what it is. Argue with your man, not me. And you know what also pissed me off? Before we get into it, the Jasmine Brain owner. Because why is she taking up for Oprah? Why is she taking up for Oprah talking about well, back when Whitney was alive, a bunch of media sites used to talk about her. Oh, we know that. We know that. That's why we're on Oprah's neck. Ho, y'all pick me's. Y'all be pick me's for men and for people who know better. I am so sick of it. I cannot stand when y'all want to be a pick me for a bitch who's wrong. And I'm not taking it back because Oprah know what she did was wrong. That's why she's getting dragged like that. We do not need people in the black community explaining to us what was allowed in 2012, Jasmine. And that's why your blog be suffering like that. Because you try to act like you so above. But when you was in financial turmoil, I don't think Oprah came and saved you, ho. You had to go link up with Miss Oochie Coochie, Angela Yee, Miss Deep Throat. Girl, please. Y'all be getting on my nerves. This is not the season to be playing like I don't know. I'm sick of it. I'm looking so shiny. Y'all see how the glow is on the face? Yeah. It's not because I'm wet either, but hell yeah, I'm looking like a little cinnamon roll. Did I tell y'all to like this video? Y'all already know what to do. Let's get into the pieces. You got one time to go on social media about me and it's over forever. Fam, we are the same. We are the same. Because I promise you, I might have to call it Magic T3. I might need her to go put her feet in some water or something. Okay, I don't understand. He's not broke. He's just telling his mom that he's broke. That's what I got from it. It's also the timing of things. We know what Whitney did. Now Oprah needs to tell her own dirt. Okay. Okay. What's going on? Like this video, like this video. So let's start off with Big 30. Let's start off with Big 30. Yo, why did Big 30, y'all remember the whole Pooh Shiesty thing in Gucci Man? Even if Gucci Man didn't snitch, Pooh Shiesty and Big 30 are going to prison for life. They're going to prison for life. Because why would Big Snitch record on his phone? Why was he recording the whole thing on his phone? In Texas, let me add that. In Texas, you are a felon. Your homeboy is a felon on probation. This is how, and a lot of people were upset with me, but I said, I don't give a damn what I rap about because it doesn't matter if I'm a fake gangster. You came with your phone doing this, recording the entire incident. You the snitch. You the snitch. Y'all know all his probation officer has to do is ping the towers, right? Ping, ping. They was there. They was there. Why are y'all bringing y'all cell phones, one, to the crime? Let's start there. Two, why are you recording in 4K in a time where they got cameras everywhere? I told y'all, Texas is not to be played with. They got cameras everywhere. They be playing like they don't have cameras and the infrastructure does not work. I told y'all that law passed 2 years ago under the administration that if your cameras didn't work, you would be fined like 700 and something $1,000. It wasn't just Louisiana, it was Texas and a lot of them too. Y'all better get into it. So when they say they don't have the footage, they're lying. They can be sued by the state because why you don't have it? Not only do they got the outside footage, they got the inside footage, and they got the phone. They got the phone. You think because it was destroyed, they don't have it? They got his daddy with the Draco in the hand, paperwork in another. World's dumbest criminals. World's dumbest criminals. World's dumbest criminals. World's dumbest criminals. If you thought Big Keisha was gonna let y'all run amok with her money because you were too stupid, and we have to call a thing a thing. Because you're too stupid to read a contract. Whose fault is that? Is that my fault or your fault? Is that my fault or your fault? Y'all have to stop going into these situations thinking these people like you. I just saw an interview with Hit Boy. Hit Boy was in a 19-year contract with Polo the Don. Polo the Don hasn't done anything significant to music culture because he's over here got people in these 360 contract deals. In these contract deals. I said, I know you lying. I'm watching the interview. Hit Boy said, no matter what I was doing, I had to. The house got paid first because I signed this deal. Nobody could get me out of this contract deal. Everybody was looking at it. Lawyers was looking at it, and they were like, "Why did you sign this?" This is why I keep telling y'all: if somebody comes to you with a contract, it costs you nothing. But I think the max right now, I looked it up. I think it's 325, 325 an hour for a lawyer to just go over the legal terms. They don't have to understand it. Just be like, "Hey, what can you break this down in layman terms?" And they'll break it down for you. Y'all are really signing these slave contracts and thinking because you put yourself in trouble. Because let's be clear, he was out in Memphis acting a fool and they locked him up. And I'm just like, who Shaxty? You must got a boyfriend in there. You must got a boyfriend in there because why are you trying to rush to get back? I've never seen somebody in so fast. Hurry up to go back to federal penitentiary. Now you got to do whatever you can to pay for this lawyer because your lawyer left you. And I knew it was going to be a reason. I knew he was going to find it out. And the whole time, Big 30, Big 30, Big 30, while he's out here signing slave contracts under pressure. I'm thinking, oh, they about to be free. No, whole time they got the phone, the destroyed phone. I keep telling y'all, these devices right here, you better use it to do your content and put it up. Put it up because it was telling you all the time. This is how I know y'all could never do anything. Y'all can't be telling me y'all godmen and gangsters and goons and goblins, and you're bringing your phone to the crime scene. Y'all are stupid. Big 30, you a little bit of reason why y'all in there with Big Buck and them and paying through your commissary to get you a little piece of the ill na na. They can call Gucci Man a snitch all they want. Let me tell you something. Hip hop loves snitches. Hip hop loves snitches. The industry loves a snitch. That's why they named themselves after Snitch Enterprises. Luca Brasi, well, not Luca Brasi, but Rockefeller and Al Capone and all these other gangsters who are snitches. Child, please. Child, please. Blue magic, red magic, this and that, child. Snitch. They love the snitch culture. They love it. 6ix9ine is walking around free. Walking around free because he's always snitching on somebody. Don't tell me they don't like no snitches. They love snitches. They love snitches and snakes. They love snitches and snakes because here you have black people out here defending Clive Davis, out here defending Oprah. Child, they don't understand nothing about no snitch. Oh, wait, they don't love the snitch. Yes, they do. They love it. They love it. They love it so much. They just tell you they don't love it. Oh, I don't love it. Oh, there's a principle. What's the principle? What is the principle? I'll wait. Okay. Yes, please like this video. You don't take the wedding band place by a witch. Okay. Okay. And then had her stuff. Like world's dumbest criminals. Like, child. Thank you so much. Please hit the like stuff. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. White people buy out Gucci's concerts. Child, they love Gucci, man. I don't it don't matter. These child, I don't know. Let's talk about Al Sharpton wearing a wire for the FBI. Well, baby, we're gonna have to talk about that another day. Hey, say Hudson. Hold on one second. Once in my life. Ooh. My apologies, y'all. I had to make sure my dad wasn't outside so I can let him know we live. But let's get into who else do I want to talk about? We're gonna save Michelle ATLien for last because I like Michelle ATLien. Y'all know I don't have an issue with her. She out here speaking to the people. Hey y'all, what's going on, babes? So let's get into the next topic, shall we? And please like this video. Let's get into ASAP Rocky. Let's get into ASAP Rocky. Okay, I shared this and the in the base squad chat when I seen it. Not that one. Oh, I'm in the wrong chat. Child, thank God I didn't show y'all. Y'all would have been like, what is this? So I told y'all I be spot on the money. I was on the money when I told y'all Mariah Carey did not like her tribute because they was over there singing horribly. And I showed y'all. And now I'm about to show y'all why Rihanna is over there losing her mind. Now, why would ASAP Rocky say, thank God I didn't know y'all when I was single because I would the shit out of you? At a time where your arch nemesis said you're forced to be a family man and you don't want to be one. We saw you arguing with Rihanna at the Met Gala talking about she was tripping because she doesn't feel as confident about herself. Some strange, deranged woman blinkied the home you're sharing with Rihanna and said that she's a huge fan of yours. She said that. I did not make this up. And now Rihanna is out at the tours with you, signing your albums at the meet and greets to your fans. And this is what you want to say? Oh my goodness. It is so unfortunate because you could have just said, hey, there's beautiful women in the arena. The ASAP Rocky fans are baddies. Something. You did not have to embarrass your baby mama. You did not have to disrespect your baby mama. You didn't have to say none of that. Why do we need to know you would have fucked them if they were single? Why even put that out there in this time, in this day and age, with the AI running rampant? Mm. She paid for his attorneys too. Ooh, child. Oh hell no. Good afternoon. He was almost the next Tory. Can you imagine being at a concert with your homegirl's man talking about some when he was single, he would have effed the out of them? Why are you? What made you say that? What made you say that? Of all the things to talk about, like in a time where they said Drake is gonna drop another album, and you put this out in the child, just where he at? That's what he's gonna do next. That's what he's gonna do next. It's gonna be a nice hit song. Back back when I was single, I would have fished out of you. Like, oh my god, I know 40's in the lab right now as we speak, cooking up something. We have your baby mama going on record saying all she seen was BBLs, no faces, and the girls dog walked her and said, Rihanna, please. If you would take care of yourself, you wouldn't be worried about not seeing no faces because you would be the face. And I said, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. One girl, beautiful girl. I didn't even know she had a BBL. She said, is it because we're who your man likes? And I said, Rihanna, get from these ghetto spaces, sister. I told y'all, I don't have a problem with her being Miss Avon Lady, but I ain't never seen the Avon Lady get treated like this. I have never seen the Avon lady get treated like this. While she's out talking about she be fucking him down to the ground through the mattress, making babies. He talking about something. When I was single, I would fuck you, girl. What? And y'all got mad at me because I said men don't operate off of love. They don't understand it. They only understand respect. You could be crying about love and all these other things. Because we're about to get into LeVar Ball. Crying about the things that you need for your significant other, and they'll be like, everything is fine. Child, y'all better wake up. Hey, y'all, please hit the likes up. Y'all men better get out here where the baddies at. Would have been better. Not that he's Destiny swapped. Oh my God. So y'all feel like he Destiny swapped with Rihanna? Is that how y'all feel? Hold on. Is that how y'all feel? Put a one in the chat if y'all feel like he Destiny swapped with Rihanna. I'm trying to see something. Child, they always find a way to disrespect. Hit the like button. That New York accent be having them fooled. Ask any chick from New York. We see all we see is a bum. Lord. Right? He needs to get out quickly. She looks like she's been on that Bobby and Whitney. ASAP is DL. I mean, he did say he was a baddie. Listen, he did say he was a baddie. He was out here wearing a thong. I don't know what that was about. Listen, he said he's a bad bitch. He expects his girls to get him nice things, so she like it. I love it. You know, we only talk about it because they put it out on the Beyonce's internet. I didn't have to dig this up. I didn't have to look this up. Child, let's get into the next one. LeVar Ball, the daddy of LaMelo, and the other ones, the three L's. Okay. We find out his son get traded today with Anthony Edwards over to the Timberwolves, and his daddy announcing a divorce or a separation. Let's get into it. You know, with my wife. She decided to go her own way. That's why you don't see it right here. But she want to go do something else. That's fine with me. We had our run. We had our run. So she had a stroke and getting older. She would never be like, "Oh man," she was always beautiful in my eyes, and she wouldn't even say, "I wanted to do something else." Now you're not as beautiful to me again. If you decide to go this way, I'm gonna go that way. It's fine. It is what it is, man. Like I say, anytime you can find somebody you can stay in love with for a long time, or one day, whatever, you can win a dead love. I found somebody else, but it is what it is. Well, no need to worry. Sorry. Wait a minute. Did y'all hear what he said? He said he found somebody else. He said he found somebody else. If he found somebody else, how come black men are in a conniption talking about she didn't have to work, he was working? What do y'all think marriage is? Her sons learned how to play basketball because of her. They have said this. The sons have said this. He thinks because he stood beside her during her having a stroke, she wants to put up another 30 years of healthiness now with him. I remember him having surgery, something to do with his leg was amputated or something like that. But we don't know what went on in that house. We don't know what he was over there doing to that white lady. Maybe she was sick and tired of babysitting the grandkids. Maybe she was sick and tired of her sons getting hoes pregnant and not marrying the women. I don't know. Maybe she was tired of the women coming to her crying about her sons. We don't know what she was over there. You know, the fact that he had to have amputation means it was probably a lack of sex drive too. Because once they start cutting on your limbs, the limb that matters in the marriage stops working. So maybe she just didn't want to have to compete. And the fact that he says he has somebody already. My question to black men who were carrying on acting a fool, acting like this white woman owed y'all something because he married the white woman. He made a whole speech saying he sought her out. He saw that she was athletic. He saw that she could breed tall sons, and he wanted her. That's what he said. Run it back. Where the money reside? Where the money reside? Where the money reside? Where is that? Where is that? Where is that? Run the check up. Run the check up. And run the check up. Thank you. 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 Question Everything TV. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. LeVar seemed mad. Annoying. Poor lady. I don't know what they had over there in that little marriage. They got 3 successful sons. Like, and the wildest son is going to the Timberwolves. The wildest one is going to the Timberwolves. The one who was wrecking his Tesla all up and through the North Carolina streets, where they had to tell the Charlotte fans, please do not be on the streets because LaMelo's going to be outside driving. That is the thing. I'm just maybe she was tired of that. I don't know. I don't know why she decided to leave him, but he is not alone. This is a 58-year-old man with money. Maybe she was tired of him cheating. Who knows? I don't know. And y'all see, look who he was sitting down with. He was sitting down with a streamer. He was not sitting down with Tasha K. He was not sitting down with somebody worth a damn. That we would have got into the pieces because what do you mean she filed for a divorce after 30 years? What do you think was the reason? Somebody who would have expounded on the questions. He wasn't sitting down with somebody in the capacity to ask further on questions. He just sitting there looking. I would be like, and what made her leave? That was suspicious to me. But you got black men on Beyonce's internet crying, talking about some LeVar Ball after all he did for his wife. He stayed with her when she had a stroke. Okay? Where the money reside? Where the money reside? Where the money reside? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Run the check up. Run the check up. And run the check up. Thank you. 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 Thank you for the clapping seal. That was beautiful. Hello. 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 Yes. Thank y'all. Thank you, Kenzie. Thank you, Jay. Thank you. Y'all are sending in the donations. I am loving it. Not half like Eddie Murphy. Listen, Eddie Murphy was with his beautiful wife, ex-wife for a long time. Now he's out here with this white woman just philandering because he's not doing his part. Streamers are the new hot topic. They get millions of views. I don't know if that was Neon. Who is that? He didn't ask no questions. He could have sat down with somebody that was going to ask them expanding questions. Hell, Joe Budden would have asked them more questions. Joe Biden or Mona or somebody. I'm just saying. Are they considered streamers? Jason Lee, are they streamers? Yeah, because they be on Bigo. Yeah. Yeah. And kicking whatever else. Child, child. Listen. For those who don't know about money, hold on. I seen this. I want y'all to hear this.
What advice do you give for the average person that's looking to invest their salary or their wages?
Don't own US stock. That's a simple strategy that you can act on.
What about S&P 500?
No, really. Yeah, and if you have a big position in US technology stuff, my personal advice would be to sell it off.
But I'm an investor in SpaceX.
Good luck. SpaceX is such a fabulous DX story, and we can go into that.
Crypto?
No,
Why?
it's an unnecessary piece of nonsense that facilitates nothing except criminals moving money that they can't be seen.
Do you think Bitcoin's going to go to zero?
Yes, it will certainly go to zero.
So how many years have you spent investing?
60 years,
And what's the most amount of money you've ever managed of other people's money?
165 billion.
And one of the things you're famous for talking about is this idea of bubbles.
Yes, the bubbles always occur around the very most important ideas. So the railroads, everyone could see that it would change the world. The same with the internet. And everyone wanted to put their money in. And so they overinvested. But this is the problem. Eventually, it burst. If you look at the great bubbles breaking of the past, you find that it's followed by really tough times and miserable periods of the economy. And the bigger the bubble, the bigger the hurt. And now we're in the biggest investment bubble that arguably has ever occurred in AI.
Are we on the verge of a collapse with AI in the coming years?
The next few days, the next few weeks, the next few months, but certainly the next few years.
So if you're not someone that has a huge amount of savings, what kind of strategy should they be adopting when an economy starts to get bad and there's an economic bubble collapse?
So I will go through everything, but you will not receive this advice from investment advisors because they'll lose a lot of business.
And would you be thinking about the country you live in at this moment in time?
Absolutely.
Is there any countries you wouldn't live in?
I think I have to refuse to answer this on the grounds that it might tend to incriminate.
Oh, okay. So you're saying don't live in the United States? I've just moved here. Why not the United States?
And if y'all think I'm not going to be watching this interview, you have lost your mind because I could have sworn I came up here and I told y'all, I think it was a few years ago, 2020, and I was like, hey guys, to me, based off of math, Bitcoin is giving a little, robber schemers, but do what you can with your money. Just be careful. And where the money reside? Where the money reside? Where the money reside? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Run the checkup. Run the checkup. And run the checkup. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Listen, no one has yet to explain how cryptocurrency works. I did the math. The math is it never comes back to like a 0.00. And for people who understand math, because math is the same globally, okay, internationally and domestically, it does not change. The number has to come to 0.00. I broke it down one time on a live before, but I didn't keep that live, thank God. That's probably why I got shadow banned. If you don't understand basic mathematics to get to 0.00, I don't know what to tell you. But everything, no matter what it is, it can rise up. But if it was to fall, it's supposed to go 0.00, meaning no money. When we did the math, some of y'all, this is for the OG base. I said, how are they getting 0.3? That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And we also went into when the people couldn't log into their accounts and they only got 3 tries to do it. And they set it up this a certain way. But if they couldn't get into their money, then their money was locked out forever. Remember that one guy had 10 million in there and he was scared because he already tried twice and he didn't want to lock the account because he would lose the money. And I said, that sounds like money laundering to me. I don't know. I don't know. It just, the math don't make sense. The math don't make sense. That's how we got if 2 plus 2 equals 4. How did you get 56? Y'all remember that? Child, and y'all heard what he said about some other stuff? Yeah. So, just protect yourself. I want y'all to protect yourself. Okay? Okay? I just want y'all to protect yourself. Because, look, hard times equals to more crime. And the crime tends to deal with money. Protect yourselves. Look in the bank accounts. Study. I keep telling y'all, now is not the time. If you're going to make a really big purchase, pay attention to the big purchase you make. Write down the big purchase you make. You got to pay attention to the money, because right now, you don't want your money to just disappear. You got to pay attention. Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month. I'm just telling y'all. Ooh, where the money reside? Where? Good evening, Daddy. Where the money reside? Where the money reside? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Ooh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for the high fives. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's get into Michelle Atalian Brown. Okay, an icon, a diva, a legend. I don't trust crypto nor the stock market at all. Y'all remember that's how during the Great Depression, that's how a lot of the founding fathers, the Vanderbilts, the Kennedys, what was the other families? Oh, I forget their names. I can't think of it on top of my head right now. I'm having a brain fart. That's how a lot of the founding families of Camelot were able to run the country. After the Great Depression, it was the Vanderbilts, it was the Kennedys. Oh my God. Vanderbilts, Kennedys, and somebody else that has a really popular library. Oh my God. It's so embarrassing. I've been to Rockefellers and somebody else. I forget. That's how they were able to sustain their wealth, because they all pulled it out at the same time while it was collapsing. Carnegie, yes. Carnegie's, the Rockefellers, Vanderbilts, Kennedys. Somebody else missing. Yes, please don't spam the chat. So, yeah. Back to Michelle Atalian, a icon, a legend, someone who has been blogging. She was one of the first. Michelle had a PSA for T.S. Madison about the deal with Spurs situation. Let's get into that. Let's get into that. And Michelle, I'm using your content. I follow Michelle Atalian on the free apps. So I seen it and I pinned it because I said, oh, this is good. So let's get into it.
Totally, completely bullshit. Now, before y'all say that I am bullying and harassing, let's get started. Yeah, mention just my name out of his school. Everybody knows my blog. Everybody knows that I talk about things that are trending. But for some odd reason, every single time I do talk about P.S. Manhead, who's in his feelings, he's being stalked, he's being harassed, and his response to my journalism is to discuss my vagina, to accuse me of having vaginal hardening, and to basically target me as a woman. Now, I don't know about you, but for a man in a wig to come to me about my vagina seems a little harassing, seems a little intimidating. In fact, it seems like sexual harassment. If that man didn't have a wig and chose to say things negatively about my private parts, chose to discuss my sexual anatomy on a beautiful panel, there would be outrage. But because he wears a wig, he can misgender women, he can call black women gorillas, and he can discuss my private parts and my goods. I don't know about you. That's strange. That's very, very strange. Like a sexual harassment sent to me. Let me know what you think in the comments. And all y'all man, hand, mom, sit this one out. Let the real women discuss it, okay?
Oh my goodness. So it says T.S. Madison is full of, and he is not a victim. That man has been stalking me for years after I exposed what really happened with Kaya in the Queen's Court on Straight from the A. He's doxed me and sent his supporters my way. I had to get a restraining order, and he's been trying to silence me ever since with his misogynistic insults and sexual harassment. Now, the questions are being raised about the starter house and the alleged fraud concerns. The attacks seem to be starting up again. Funny how that works. Meanwhile, folks are still asking who actually benefited from the empty house besides Dominique Morgan's daughter slash assistant, and where did the donations actually go? Looks like the games have officially begun again. The difference this time is that people are finally seeing the light. Have y'all noticed how he only targets female content creators? Yikes. 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 Some people agree, some people do not agree. They're all in the comments going off. It says, girl, bye, we don't care. Sister, keep your receipts because you have definitely been harassed for so many years. I've seen it with my own eyes. I commend you for standing strong with your head held high despite all the negativity. You already know what to do. I do like TS, but this is an example of how she tries to have it both ways. TS literally has smoke for everyone she does, and it's fair game. But as soon as she's spoken on, it's hands off, and that's not how life goes, Maddie. I'm just glad you identified him as a man, not a woman. Thank you for speaking up. TS is a bully and a dress using the rainbow flag to play damsel in distress. People may not have believed DL Whisper because of the emotions and back and shade in his delivery, but your credibility is undeniable. When Michelle speaks, folks listen. I will say this. Um, the situation with because y'all know I was a brand new baby content creator when the whole TS Madison versus Kaya situation went down. I said back then, I felt Kaya and TS Madison were a force to be reckoned with because of what they were doing on platforms, which allowed for them to be the cornerstone to be replicated, right? TS Madison trademark the Queen's Court behind Kaya's back. Michelle Atielian came to the internet with breaking news. All of a sudden, Michelle's phone number, her address, all that stuff got leaked. This was at the height of like Funky Dineva destroying Michelle's house and stuff like that. Then that's where it went viral that Michelle stinks. They said her Il Nana smelled and all this other stuff, and her body is musty and everything like that. It was a big conundrum, right? In the midst of that all, I still supported all parties. The only reason I stopped supporting T.S. Madison is because T.S. Madison said that you should wrap around the tree. I still have those screenshots. I'm never deleting them because what do you think this is? You think this is okay? And I did nothing to TS. I simply said, hey, let's leave the kids out of it. And then TS said, F them kids, FUB, and then went on. And then it was a back and forth. And that's why I said to Bravo, if TS Madison ever gets on Bravo Entertainment for the Real Housewives of Atlanta, I will be sending all of my receipts. Y'all can feel however you want to feel about Michelle Atielian, but let's not act like there is not this repetitive way of going about things when women speak on T.S. Madison. The DL Whisperer wasn't even messing with T.S. Madison. The DL Whisperer was out here talking about down low men, going viral for talking about down low men, and it seemed the girls, the dolls, and the boys who like down low men felt a ways. And of course, the Maddie Mob and crew, who always come out the woodworks when TS is out here fighting with someone to defend TS. I even remember we went to the Renaissance tour in Houston. TS said, I can have you touch. And I said, who you gonna have touch, baby? Just like you think you can reach out and touch me, I can reach out and touch you. See, what T.S. Madison didn't know is I know people in high places too that are not just white. And that's when that whole backed up. I know people too, baby, beloved. Because TS was lying in spaces about me, and they came back and told me everything, bar for bar. They might as well have recorded you, bar for bar. So when the people come out here and tell y'all T.S. Madison be doing these things, not everybody is lying. Not everybody is lying. And when they asked me, they said we can nip this in the bud right now. I said, for what? For that weak ass towel? Please. Until I get a full apology, no. Because I didn't start with TS. I did not start with TS. I didn't call TS out TS's name. I didn't do any of that until I was attacked. And it really began because of the Calvin Meeks situation. Calvin Meeks said he was Me Too'd, he was essayed down in that basement. And I ran the story. And I will sue you, bitch. All that. All that. That's back before we did the meet and greet. This is some OG based stuff. So when TS is out here being called out for the BS, despite how y'all feel about people and how they go about things, not everybody is lying on TS Madison. TS Madison has a trail of bodies. Okay? A trail of bodies. Everybody already knows about the witchcraft. Everybody already knows about the witchcraft. And going to go light the candles and get in the water and do all those things. Trust me, we all know. It is not a secret. It's not a secret. It's not. That's why I said, you gonna send your best header, you gonna lose your best. Listen, as pretty as I am, I'm really gangster in the spiritual realm. But like I said back then, like, look, I'm respectful. I can be in the same space as you and not be bothered. I just thought it was crazy. That's why I always said, some people just don't know who is who. They really don't have no idea. They just be out here sending their best men. And I was like, baby, the people using it for me folded it like putty. Can we take a picture? I'm all in there like, yeah. And what was said? So I know Michelle ATLian because she's digging. Y'all know Michelle ATLian is a real blog journalist. She be doing investigative reporting and all that stuff. She was on the scenes when Sheree's house was even built. Like, I'm talking about Atlanta royalty. You may not like the ways and the tactics, but we can't act like she's not pivotal to some people's things. So yeah. Her and TS look like siblings. I've always thought that, respectfully. Ooh, ignore the bricks in the chat. Ooh. TS and Michelle are the same person / creature. Ooh. I remember that. Yes, say Hudson. I'm not lying about that. I follow all Black content creators. I find it interesting, entertaining, or informed. I stalk these streets. TS acts like a bloody Karen. Oh, not a bloody Karen. Not y'all. Look, I feel like we should all be getting along. There's bigger things to be worried about because I'm like, have they discussed YG in that nasty song? Oh my god, I'm still mad about that. I think it's a witch hunt against Michelle. Oh my goodness. The boys always start trouble. They should never be picking on women. Ooh. Look, I just literally that's why I do listen to certain content creators. Like, I just take it with a grain of salt. Like, I truly believe if you got to do all that behind the scenes to feel like you can reach out and touch me, like I said, you can send your best man. You gonna lose your best hitter. Boom, 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 boom. I really be feeling like that. I really be feeling like, Gucci Man back in 2006. I be feeling like Larry Hoover. I be feeling like Janice Combs in the 70s. Okay, yeah, yeah. You gotta tap into some real thugs. I be feeling like Huey P. Okay, some real thugs. Ah, I be feeling like oh boy from Africa who they had to put in the acid. Yeah, yeah. Because what? God rest all of the whether they were good or bad. God rest the real disruptors because child, I be feeling like Desiree Perez in the 70s. I never said I was above reproach. I just know in this game of like content creation, somebody's gonna say something that's gonna piss you off, and you're gonna be like, I don't have an issue with the dolls. I never had an issue with the dolls. I love the dolls. Like Mama Meg can tell y'all this. I was in Hawaii helping the girls tuck. That's how much I love the dolls. Like, please. And this is back before people really knew the girls could just walk the streets and do what they do. I used to encourage the dolls. I poured love into the dolls. I love the community because I feel like we are birthers of said people. So why would I spread hate? Like, hate is something designed by the patriarchal society bred by Karens. If you really dig into them books, this is why I say you have to be well versed. You cannot just be out here fighting with people who've never read anything, who are not actively reading now. You have to understand because like coming up in a few days, today is January 25th. Coming up in a few days, now is not the time to be moving backwards. Disrespect to the divine feminine is not going to be tolerated. If you are not in alignment in yourself, if you're too much in your masculine and you haven't harnessed that feminine energy and lived on that feminine energy, that inner child, you have not did the work, it's going to show. Mark my words. Monday. Look at me giving y'all extra time. Monday, we about to see who was doing the work and who wasn't. We about to see. We about to see. We about to see. Satan definitely created hate, but you know, in its metaphysical being, it's a Karen. It is a Karen. Just based on the books I have been reading. Y'all know I'm an avid reader. I've been reading on my little tablet. I need to give y'all a book of the month. I just haven't yet. There's this really good I don't know if it's good, but I've heard really great things about this Pride book. I'm gonna share it on my community tab. Y'all know I be getting into the pieces. I like that. I be reading about everything. The only thing I don't like to read about is like war. Because war is very violent, but I read it as a necessity, as a tool. Because if y'all didn't know, last 2 minutes, Pete has successfully fired all of the 4-star, 3-star generals who were able to protect America from every organization, the Air Force, the Army, the Navy, the Marines, the Coast Guard, the blackout groups, the Kick and Dark crew. Successfully. Do y'all understand? I don't think y'all understand. That's why I said now is not the time to be fighting with bitches who don't want to get in line. Leave them where they at. You know what they said. Harriet said, you know, I would have freed more people if they knew they were slaves. Leave them people who don't think they slaves right where they at. You cannot focus on that. You got to focus on your own escape. You got to focus on your own escape. You gotta focus on your own escape because the demons are about to start working the earth. Some of y'all don't want to hear that, but I'm about to hear. Pete Hegseth has successfully fired all the 3-star, 4-star generals who were protecting America, whether you like them or not. Whether you like them or not. Whether you like them or not. I'm just telling you. Mhm, 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 mhm. You see, I showed you something about money. You know, it's y'all think they just gonna let this old white man come talk to us about money in times like this? Hmm? Yeah. Ask not. That book is a cautionary tale when it comes to the patriarchy. Oh, I'm about to look into that. I'm about to look into that. You know, now that I'm back, I can go into, Barnes and Noble more freely. I don't have to like search, Do they have a Barnes and Noble in Asia? Yes, they do. But it's different. It's different, guys. It's different. It's a different experience because one, language barrier, two, like, how do I say this without sound like Asia doesn't play like certain games when it comes to like political thoughts and things like that. Like, y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Yeah. And on that note, what are your thoughts, Base Squad? I have been checking stats regarding casualties. What are your thoughts, Base Squad? What are your opinions? Comment below. I gotta go. Bye, hoes.